Good morning, everybody. My name is Taylor Stevens. I'm your meteorologist with the Nebraska Panhandle Weather, and today we're talking about snow, and snow specifically, a lot of it in the southern Panhandle area. So let's just jump into things right now with the current analysis. Currently, it is actually 12 UTC time. I know it's around 6:40 locally, but that's just for us meteorologists. So we do have our main low pressure system setting up just in central Colorado right now, I believe. This will move off slowly underneath the Nebraska Panhandle and be our main lifting mechanism. And when we're talking about a low pressure system, we're talking about conveyor belts, specifically the warm, moist conveyor belt coming up from the south and the cold, dry conveyor belt coming out of the northeast or northwest. So the warm conveyor belt will go over and just cap off the cold conveyor belt, but it will precipitate up in that area, and that's typically the 700 level, which is one of our main heights when looking into winter weather. And so let's go look at upper air maps for our forecasted time, and I just want to show you guys the amount of moisture in the 700 level, which is our main cause. So you can see a little bit drier there, but warm and moist to the south, and you can kind of see how this is going to wrap up into the low pressure system and kind of see where those bands are going to set up. So we're looking at snow to begin, I believe, in 15 to 18 hours for most of the area. It will start raining prior to that, so just be aware of that when this does start to fall, that there will probably be a layer of ice underneath it. So as you can see, this is very moist over our area, over the northeast Colorado, which there's actually in blizzard warnings, I believe, already issued for that area, as they're supposed to get quite a bit more snow than we are. So low pressure systems developing in eastern Colorado right now, and it is supposed to move off slowly. That's the key here. Is the last one moved off extremely quickly, and this is moving off a lot slower than our last low pressure system that moved through. So the snow is supposed to last for, I believe, around 24 hours for the area as of right now. But let's just jump into it. We're gonna bring up reflectivity, simulated reflectivity for you guys for the area. And we'll jump back into just a few hours from now. In about 6 hours, this is kind of what we're going to be seeing. Some reflectivity pops over the southeastern portion of Wyoming. Nothing really in Colorado yet. As we move on, I really wish there was a better way to do this. We'll start to see more reflectivity down in the northeastern Colorado portion, which is where we need to be kind of looking at for the most of the snow. And then around, I believe that is 2 o'clock locally tonight, or 2 o'clock locally today, we can start to see some rain starting to show up, a little bit higher reflectivity, and then this should turn into snow, which it does right around in this area. So we can go look, and luckily this map does actual calculated snow depth. I'm not entirely sure what ratios they use or anything like that, but you can start to see that we're starting to get snow falling in the Sydney area, a little bit in Alliance. Scottsbluff still not reporting, just a trace with the model as of right now. Starting to get snow in the northeast or northwestern portion of the Panhandle as well. And we can skip ahead to the next 3 hours, and this is kind of where things start to show up. Through Banner County, Kimball County, into Cheyenne County, you're starting to see a lot more snow falling in the area, and even into Morrill County a little bit. And then move forward even more, and I-80 is just becoming kind of that prime place for snow to fall right now. And then as the system moves off, you can start to see it track farther to the east, and should start seeing, here's the reason why there's blizzard warnings in northeast Colorado, as snow totals are starting to get up there within the models. Now the models overdo things. I'm going to put that out there right now. The models really overdo things with snow typically. So, National Weather Service out of Denver, or I guess out of Aurora, I believe is where they're located, and then out of Cheyenne is kind of underdoing the snowfall. They are saying locally amounts could be higher, but expect a little bit less than what the models are outputting. So for our area, if you live pretty much in Scottsbluff County north, they're saying around 1 to 3 inches, possibly 5 locally. If you're living in that southern area, you're looking at 3 to 6 inches easily, as well as up to 8 or 9 locally. Now, snow falling isn't really all that big a deal. Actually, our area is pretty well prepped for it. We do a really good job with snow removal. However, the winds are going to be up. So I want to go show you guys some of the winds once map decides to load. So let's go bring up a surface map of the winds currently at this time, as the snow's, a lot of snow's on the ground already. And so we're looking at 20 knot, 15 knot winds, 15 knot winds, 20 knot, even some 25 knot winds. So that's around 30 miles per hour, 30 to 35 miles per hour for all of us that don't know knots very well. And then we're going to see some gusting up to 40, 45, even in the 60 mile an hour range. And that's going to be our main thing, is everybody's on a consensus that the high winds are going to be there. It's not whether they're going to be there in one area or not. They're going to be widespread. High winds widespread. And that's why you're starting to see the winter weather warnings, the winter weather advisories starting to pop out of Cheyenne, as well as North Platte, and I'm just going to call it Denver. But that's our main threat, is high winds, a lot of snow falling, blizzard-like conditions. Travel is going to be extremely degraded, so don't go out if it is snowing in your area. Currently have Scottsbluff pulled up, mainly just because I was looking at the timing. So their winter weather advisories are starting, I believe, around 11 p.m. locally. It will be in effect for 24 hours. One thing I do want to go bring up is the area forecast discussion for the area. Here's just a little small map of the area. As you can see, winter storm warnings in Kimball, Banner, Morrill, and Cheyenne County. These are winter weather advisories to the north of those. These are really hard for me to see color-wise, so I apologize. It's hard to tell between a winter storm watch, which I believe is this color, and a winter storm or winter weather advisory, which is this color. So one thing I am going to go do is jump into the forecast discussion for the area. It looks like they did just update this a little bit before I even had a chance to read it. So we can kind of read through it together. I'm looking for the snow. So they're talking about near blizzard conditions, 25 to 30 knot winds, up to 55 knot. This is a key right here. The wind and snow will create extremely difficult travel conditions along the Interstate 80 corridor from Arlington eastward from this evening through Tuesday morning. Near blizzard conditions will be possible from east of Cheyenne to Sidney, with winds gusting to 50 miles per hour. Now they're talking 3 to 7 inches, and north with, they're talking 6 to 12 inches in the mountains, but 3 to 7 inches, 1 to 4 inches just north of that. It's a lot of snow, and it's something to be very cautious about. Let's go jump into the meteograms just to kind of show you guys what all the models are outputting. This is the National Weather Service forecast. They're forecasting 5 inches for Sidney. I really wish I could pull up more cities along I-80, but this just isn't available for the area. Models are outputting a little bit higher, and even the model averages is around 7 inches. So don't be surprised if they up it just a little bit in the next in the upcoming hours. Let's go move a little bit more north to Scotts Bluff, and we can see that they're forecasting around a little over 2 inch, a little under 3 inches. Model outputs around that, model averages around that, so that's expected. That's understandable. It could show up to be 5 inches. Could be as little as an inch. So 1 to 5 inches is a good forecast for Scotts Bluff. Again, winds are going to be high, so with more snow, you're going to have more drifting, and travel is just going to be impeded. ATH, I believe, is Alliance. Let me double check that real quick. Yes, this is Alliance, and Alliance, they have forecasted at 5 inches of snow. Could see up to 8 inches locally, but winds are the key factor. 25 knot, 30 knot sustained wind, or 25 mile per hour, 30 mile per hour sustained winds. And models, again, they overdo the wind. Models typically overdo a lot of things, so meteorologists kind of have to interpret this a little bit more. We tend to stay a little bit lower with winds, even though the gusts are going to be up there. But don't be surprised to see 35 to 45 mile an hour gusts, which blizzard-like conditions. Again, timing of this is going to be key. This is going to be starting here tomorrow or tonight, late tonight. So around midnight, snowing into the early morning, even into the early afternoon. So travel to work will be impeded. Travel to school will be impeded. So just kind of be wary of that. I'm not gonna say anything about the school systems for cancellations or anything like that. Just wake up and double check that stuff. KNEB weather closings has all that for you guys. My website will also have that for you guys we'll link that stuff for you guys once that's up. But that is where I am at with everything. We can go look at more stuff just to verify everything, but I've looked at models for now 2 hours this morning, and I'm gonna keep you guys up to date with this as the day goes on. Make sure you guys check out the Facebook page, Twitter. I'll be retweeting some of the news guys from down here because they're keeping a close eye on this, as well as pretty much everybody in the area. With all that being said, I don't really have anything else to add to this. The models did end up slightly verifying from the other day, which is the reason why it's a little bit more worrisome. There was a couple erroneous runs out there that kind of screwed up some things, but expect snow along I-80, 1 to 4 inches north of that, north of Scottsbluff County and east. There is, let me bring up something real quick. I need to go do, apologize. Should have had this up as we speak, but I need to go bring up an image real quick. I apologize. One thing that we'll be upgrading as soon as I get some sponsors is my computer, and that will be able to help out a lot with the smoothness and how these streams go. Apologize. So, one thing I wanted to show you guys, especially in the eastern part of the Panhandle, is there is a secondary band that shows up later through Wednesday morning that will impact our eastern Panhandle people. So this band is right here. This shows up over Arthur and Grant County within my forecasting area. And I'm not sure how much we're going to take into account of this as of right now. Again, I'm going to look at it tomorrow. But this band does set up a little bit strange. This is the blizzard conditions that they're worried about. A lot of snow falling. If this pushes any farther north than what it does, so the low is currently in this area. If this doesn't track farther south, we can see these snow amounts move into the panhandle area. So if that is the case, I will let you guys know again as we move on. But as of right now, that is where I'm comfortable forecasting you guys. So Kimball, Sydney, Chapel, Ogallala, expect around 3 to 6 inches, around 8 inches locally, with 40 or 30 mile an hour winds, gusts up to 40 and 50. Scottsbluff, Bridgeport, in those areas, expect 1 to 3 inches, 5 inches locally, if could be, again, with 30, 40 mile an hour winds. Shattering, you can expect, and a little bit north, you can expect a little bit less snow. I'm gonna say 1 to 3 inches. I'm pretty confident with that forecast. If this does move up a little bit farther north, you guys could see 5 inches at most. Again, locally high amounts could happen. If this little blimp here does actually show up, I mean, that's 5 inches, 5 to 6 inches. So it could be that much as well. But I'm comfortable telling you guys 1 to 3 inches as of right now. Again, strong winds, and after all the snow falls, we're expected to have strong winds for at least another, I believe, at least another day. I'm gonna go check that real quick. Well, actually, it cooled off a little bit. Well, once this low pressure system moves out to the east, I do believe, yep, we do have a high pressure system returning to the area. Winds will calm down a little bit, so let's go surprised they didn't have temperatures on this map. Apologize. I'm gonna go look and see when we can actually expect warmer temperatures to come back and start melting this. So okay, so warmer temperatures do look like they're gonna rebound quickly. Obviously, with more snow on the ground, temperatures are going to rebound a little bit slower. That's a nighttime forecast. I believe it's that one. Yep. Nope. Okay, it doesn't look like temperatures might rebound for a day. Actually, I can just go look, see what the National Weather Service is saying about temperatures. We'll just use Alliance. It does look like temperatures do rebound a little bit, a little sporadic. So we might see some of this melt off a little bit, but expect the snow to be around at least through, looks like at least through Sunday, possibly Monday. So, but again, that will update. Looking 10 days or 7 days out in the high plains is never a good idea. So I hope this gives you guys a little bit of insight. Temperatures did get a lot colder than we were expecting this morning, so rain could turn over to snow a lot quicker, but we'll keep an eye on this as the day goes on. The advantage is I do not work today, so I can keep an eye on it all day long. And guys, I just hope you are just kind of prepared for this. Don't be caught off guard. I know there's been a lot of hype about it, so just be prepared. Make sure you have water, food, a blanket in your car, all that stuff. Cheyenne, I posted about what you guys should have in your car, just in case you were to get stuck and anything like that. So with all that being said, the end of the forecast, and have a great day. Thank you guys so much for watching the YouTube video. Make sure you drop it a like down below, as well as subscribe to the YouTube channel for further updates. Also, go like the Facebook page and the Twitter page, as communication on all social media is key for this webpage to actually work. Also, be on the lookout. The webpage is going to launch December 1st, so all of the stuff that you guys are seeing on the Facebook page, the Twitter page, and the YouTube page will all be thrown together on that page. So, with all that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful day and enjoy the weather.